Is our closest neighbor finally starting to look elsewhere for its military protection? In a move that has sent shockwaves through the corridors of Washington, the Canadian government has officially turned its back on an American bid to secure a massive surveillance aircraft contract, opting instead for a Swedish alternative. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics and the shifting alliances that shape our world, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss our deep dives into the stories that matter. So, here is exactly what went down. Prime Minister Mark Carney's administration announced on Wednesday that they are moving forward with a deal to acquire SNUBS GlobalEye early warning jets. Now, you might be asking yourself, why does this matter? For decades, Canada and the United States have been practically joined at the hip when it comes to defense procurement. The North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, relies on seamless integration between our two military-industrial bases. By picking the Swedish-made GlobalEye, which is essentially built on a Canadian-made Bombardier Global 6500 airframe, Ottawa is making a very loud, very public statement. This decision isn't just about the specs of the planes or the radar range. The government has explicitly stated that this move is part of a broader, long-term strategy to downsize their dependence on American defense firms. The deal is expected to support around 3,000 jobs in Canada, leveraging the domestic Bombardier platform. It's an America-first style of economic protectionism, but practiced by our neighbors to the north. But what does this actually mean for us? First and foremost, it creates a potential headache for the U.S. defense industry, which has long viewed Canada as a captive market for military hardware. If other allies start looking at the GlobalEye or other non-U.S. alternatives because they feel they can get better value or build local industrial capacity, that cuts directly into the bottom line of American aerospace giants. Secondly, there is the issue of interoperability. Our systems are designed to talk to each other in real time. Introducing a significant amount of Swedish hardware into the NORAD architecture might be technically feasible, but it introduces a new variable that some in the Pentagon will undoubtedly view with skepticism. Is this the beginning of a broader drift in Canada's strategic orientation? Are they looking to diversify their security partners because they no longer trust the long-term consistency of American foreign policy? We have to look at this through the lens of the current political climate. There is a growing sentiment in global capitals that being overly reliant on U.S.-supplied technology is a risk, especially during election years where domestic policies can pivot on a dime. By choosing the SNUBS platform, Canada is essentially hedging its bets. They are saying that while they are partners with the U.S., they are not subordinates. The economic argument is also compelling for them. By ensuring that the final product utilizes a Canadian-made Bombardier base, they are keeping tax dollars circulating within their own borders rather than sending them south of the border to a U.S. prime contractor. It's a win for their domestic labor market, but a potential blow to the synergy that has defined our northern border defense for over half a century. The question remains, will the White House push back? Historically, these types of procurement snubs are met with quiet diplomatic pressure. But given the current state of trade relations and the global demand for surveillance tech, Washington might find it difficult to argue against a sovereign nation choosing to support its own manufacturing base. We are entering an era where national security is increasingly defined by domestic industrial strength, and Canada just proved they are playing the same game we are. So what do you think about this? Was Canada right to prioritize domestic manufacturing and look for alternatives? Or is this a dangerous move that weakens the unity of our continent's defense? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This situation is evolving rapidly. Whether this is a one-off deal or the start of a trend of Canada distancing itself from U.S. military reliance, we will be here to cover every development. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we will see you in the next one.